Yeah. It's a bit of a pathetic gift. I've got half a cup of Starbucks latte if you fancy anything like that at all. Do you need
Actually, I
anything?
would love some water.
So water.
Yeah.
We've got enough water here
Perfect.
to do anything you like.
Yeah,
Your seats, we're going to be starting as soon.
Just if you could send somebody to the hotel front desk and handle that for us, we'd appreciate it.
The lunch break will be in an hour and a half from now.
So Alex Collier is going to be speaking for an hour and a half, or as long as he wishes within that hour and a half, or even we can go longer depending on how everyone feels. Okay, I do want to say that we would like everyone to white light the room and put a lot of power and love into this room right now. We've had some very special things go on already today, and you're in store for a real treat here. We're very honored to have Alex Collier join us. This is pretty much unprecedented. He does not speak, as you may know, often or even has in quite some time. I believe the last time was the Exopolitics Hawaii conference. And so I just wanted to say that I got a message over a year ago, as I think I told some of you, maybe I announced it, that the Andromedans wish to speak, and that they wished Alex Collier to come to Camelot, and that we could provide a service or a platform for that. So we've been working to have that happen. It's taken quite some time. We're really happy that this can happen today. And we just want to say thank you very much for making this possible, to the hidden beings here and around us at this time. So, Alex, I'm actually not going to give you a big introduction beyond that today. I'm going to let you speak for yourself. Ladies and gentlemen, Alex Collier.
Good morning. I want to thank Bill and Carrie. I want to thank all of you. I want to thank the incredible speakers. Can you hear me now? No. Okay.
Keep talking.
Testing 1 2 3. Testing 1 2 3. Can you all hear? All right, great. I want to thank all the speakers. I was at home yesterday watching the streaming, and God, they were just, George Green and just all of the speakers, just fantastic, and they give so much. And I know that all of you here give so much, and you try in your own way to share the light. I mean, there's two ways to be the light, and one is to be the candle, and the other is the mirror that reflects the candle. And we live in an extraordinary time on Earth. I mean, absolutely extraordinary. In the next several years, you're all going to think you're living in a science fiction movie. And you are living in a science fiction movie, except it isn't a movie, it's reality. If you want information on me, I think there's some on the web, both pro and con. And, I'm just going to get right into it. I'm going to give you some updates, and then we're going to talk about some things that I was specifically asked to speak to you about from Morine. Einstein said, you cannot solve the problems of the world with the same thinking that created them. And that is no more prevalent and relevant than it is today. We have enormous problems, or challenges, I should say challenges, that take enormous amount of brainstorming and solutions. The difficulty in trying to solve some of the issues that we have is the fact that we do not have all the data. And the two gentlemen that were up here prior to, alluded to that. So did Robert Dean, Mr. Green, Bill and Carrie have. So many of the speakers, as we keep trying to go forth and gather all the information to try to solve this out. I, like many of the other speakers, and each of you have a small piece of the puzzle. Now, we're going to talk about some of that today. I know that there's an awful lot of talk about disclosure. I know that in the exopolitics community, there's a great deal of talk about disclosure. I personally don't believe the United States government's ever going to admit it. It'll probably come from another country, India or China, first. Or the extraterrestrials themselves are going to show themselves and just say, hey, this charade's gone on long enough, which is probably the highest probability at this point. And we will talk about some of that today. I had honed my presentation for an hour because that's what I thought I had. In talking about solving the problems, at the very top of our power structure, the planet Earth lives in a pyramidal power structure. Extraterrestrial civilizations no longer use that power structure, the pyramidal power structure. They have been using a holographic ever since the end of the Orion Wars, okay, which would be in our linear time about 360,000 years ago. Since then, most of the civilized, benevolent civilizations, including some of the rogue regressive groups, and they are a minority, have been using a holographic social structure. And we're going to talk about that today, okay? We're also going to talk about creating a new domain of knowing, a space in which we can create an opportunity for Earth to be mentored, because we need some help here. We are a little bit in over our heads, okay? So, it takes me a little while to warm up here. I'm a little rusty. As of the last several days, much of the Cassini project has been classified. The reason for that is because of all the mothership activity that has now been filmed and documented in the Saturnian system around Saturn. We also have 1.5 million miles off of the South Pole, a 20-mile craft that has sat and is stationary. NASA